All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. You made it. Very happy about that. I love that button. That's one of my favorite ones. Is the cheer. I was just talking to my staff earlier today, saying that I need a different button with some cooler stuff on it. That's not just all cheers, because literally this is the crickets. That's me telling a joke, and that's really the extent of the sound effects that I have. So that's all you get. Yeah. Anyway, anyway, welcome to Friday. It's Cyber Social Hub's Hubcast. So what this is literally just an excuse to not work on a Friday and talk about some nerdy stuff to do with digital investigations. I always call this, when it's funny when a guest is coming on, they go and I say, hey, you want to come on a Hubcast? And they're like, well, what is that? And I said, well, it's kind of like a podcast, but I like to think of it more like a really bad late night talk show that we do during the day. So it's really kind of how we refer to it. It's really more accurate to say it that way than anything else. But we try to do them every Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern. So you guys can take a break from your Friday and hopefully learn something new, gain a little knowledge, or at least participate in the conversation. Now, real quick, I'll cover some housekeeping stuff. If you're watching us on any of the channels that we're going out to, because we're broadcasting out to Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, our home channel is YouTube. So this is the video version of this. I have an audio version too that we push out later. It doesn't go live out to Spotify, Apple, Google, a couple other things. I don't know how many pod things that pick us up. But it goes out multiple ways. So you can listen to it in any way that you want. But if you want to chat and interact with us, you can do it on Facebook as well. But YouTube is our primary channel. I can see Facebook chat and I can see YouTube chat as well. And we'll occasionally, more often than not, we pop those things up on the screen. And we just make it a big participation party, basically. It makes it really nice so everybody can have a little bit of fun. And again, that's the social part of Cyber Social Hub. So what is Cyber Social Hub itself? It is a community of digital investigators. That's basically it. We give all kinds of free resources, give you access to some amazing people in the industry, amazing companies as well, and trying to keep you on the cutting edge of the trends that are happening through webinars, articles. It's all free. Just come on in. Well, don't worry. He's like, well, how's it free? Because we get this all the time. It's funny when we go to shows, which we're about to talk about here in a little bit. People will go, well, how is that free? How are you offering this for free? It's like, because you guys don't have to pay for it, and you're selling our information. No, we don't sell your information either. How we do that is sponsors will come in and sponsor. Like if you go into Cyber Social Hub, you'll see sponsors along the side. They're paying for that advertising to help keep that going, give you guys exposure to the latest and greatest information, and we will never willfully give your information to them. Now, if you sign up for one of their webinars, something like that, then they're going to get your information that way. But we tell you, it's all down in there in that little print. Make sure you check it and we see it, but we don't ever sell or give it away, because I hate that when it happens to me. So I'm not about to turn that around on somebody else either. So what do I got coming up in the near future is we're constantly running all sorts of, Megan, I'll give you a heads up because I know I'm living about 15 seconds in the future. We're running some type of trivia right now, or is it about to wrap? No, it's only the 19th. I don't know if you're listening or not. I see that you're here. I don't know what trivia the Hub's running, but we run something all the time, something fun where we're either giving away a prize or some type of fun challenge that we do. I really like to start doing some capture the flag stuff, but that's way above me, beyond that. But Megan says there's some April trivia that's live and well. So all you have to do is when you go and log into Cyber Social Hub, you'll see it. There's a QR code. If you're on your desktop, there'll be a QR code in there. If you're getting it on mobile, I don't remember. You have to go somewhere else on mobile to the monthly trivia there. But if you're on your desktop, just scan it with your phone, open your camera up, scan it, and then you get to take the trivia, and there's all kinds of fun stuff there. I think it's there. Megan's telling me what it is. It's a crime scene, TV crime scene with DFIR trivia, and ADF sponsoring this one. On mobile, it's in the more menu, is what Megan's telling me. So, see, I don't know what I do without Megan because I don't know what goes on in there half the time. But yeah, she takes care of it all for us. So that's pretty awesome. So without further ado, we have the title of this, some of the top 5 reasons to attend. I think I said industry. I really meant to say like a investigative digital forensic trade show, cybersecurity type trade show. And to help me with this, let me bring her up. I don't know. I haven't known her very long, maybe a couple of days. Jennifer, I've known her for years, actually, before I even started this whole company up, right? Yeah.
You were with Access
Yeah, I
Data,
was
I
with
think,
Access
when we
Data at the
first
time.
met. Yeah.
Yep,
When we were
yep, yep.
a little younger, less gray hair, and I didn't need these.
All of us are saying my glasses are literally hiding over here, my reading glasses. So they're there. And I keep this shaved down. I get in these 2 gray racing stripes. I don't know what's happening here in my beard now. I think it's because I tell everybody it's for my 2 daughters. My son's the darker piece in the middle. He doesn't give me as much stress as the 2 daughters. They do. It's a dad thing, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, you have we have Techno Security coming up. It's not till June. I guess it's a little bit off.
It
Um,
is. We actually just had our 6-week meeting 8 weeks out. So I'm a little confused myself right now. But I think as of Monday we are officially 6 weeks out, which is it's the go time for us. It is big.
yeah, and it's one of my favorites by far. My actually, it is not one of. It is my favorite one. I've gone to it every year except the years that no one could have anything because of COVID or whatever that thing was that we went through,
Right,
where the government said we weren't allowed to do anything. But
right.
um, I like poking fun. But yeah, I don't know how many years now it's been since I've been
My
going there, but it's been a lot.
Yeah, my first year was 2015. So
Okay.
um I'm super excited about this 25th anniversary because we're just starting to see some stories, some stories come out. We want to talk to anyone who's out there listening who
Yeah.
are do this later, whatever. If you were there in the beginning, way back when, I would love for you to call me, share some stories. I reached out actually to Jack Wiles, and I do owe him a phone call because I said, we'd love to have you, and he's like, just give me a call. I don't know that he'll be able to make it, but if you guys out there that don't know, he's one of the founders of the conference. Super super good dude. And then Don unfortunately passed away, but
Hmm.
they started this whole thing. So if you are out there as either an exhibitor or an attendee and were there in the beginning, I would love to hear from you. We want to round up some stories and maybe some old photos if you've got them.
That's awesome. I think my first year was like 2011. Yeah,
Okay.
because I retired in 2012. Yeah, yeah, it had to have been 2011 when I started coming to the shows. So,
All right.
yeesh.
Retired.
What's that?
Retired.
Yeah, yeah, semi-retired. That's from one crew to the next. One. Yeah. Anyway, I won't get into that craziness. But I guess let's give people some backstory because we have knowledge of what techno security is. So, can you kind of tell people what it is
In a
exactly?
Yes, in a nutshell, of course. Most of you know this, but for those of you that don't, it was founded with digital forensics. So we do have a very heavy digital forensics. It's basically a gathering of public and private sector. And on the public sector, it's federal, state, local, international, even agencies, law enforcement, starting to get a lot more on the legal side and the cybersecurity side. So over the past few years, we've added to the digital forensics aspect of it 3 additional tracks: investigations, cybersecurity, and new this year, e-discovery. It'll be our second year officially having e-discovery as the topic, and that's really starting to take off. So in conjunction with the conference, there's over 120 sessions that Allison programs, and some of our vendors have some hands-on labs, and we've got a trade show floor, expo floor, I guess, with probably about 75 companies for our attendees to see and touch and feel and give feedback on products and technology. That's it in a nutshell.
And it's a lot, and that's why I like it so much. Jared says hi, also, by the way. So uh,
Hi. Oh yeah, I see him in there.
there's Jared. Yep,
Yeah.
he's always off somewhere with his trailer and traveling around something.
his
I
area.
follow him on Instagram just to be a little jealous of where he's at in the world at any given moment. Um, but what I like about it is, and I don't know if you said OSINT type stuff or not, but it's in there, even though I don't know if it's officially, but it's still there. I mean, there's a lot of OSINT companies I noticed there too
It
that's
falls
exhibiting.
under, yeah, I would say it's a topic. I would love to have more OSINT
Yeah.
companies. The agencies, the more they can have in that aspect is great. But we do have, I did a quick search before. I think there was probably 7 or 8 actual conference topics that touch upon OSINT. So, in that regard, we're starting to see more analysts come on board and visit with
Hmm.
us. Conference. But yeah, OSINT, dark web, drones. There's, I mean, something for everyone. Begin.
Yes, and that's my favorite thing. It's like, and not just something for everyone, but no matter where you're at in the process too. I think if you're just brand new and you go in there and your eyes will be lit up and going like a kid in a candy store because there's just so much to learn, and just take all in as much as you can. But if you've been in the industry for a while, if you're one of those crusty investigators that I became, then you're still going to learn something because there's new trends and new artifacts. There's new stuff to learn every single year. And so I want to start, and I know I didn't tell Jennifer what the title of this was ahead of time. I just said, "Hey, do you want to come on?" She was, "Yes, let's do it." I'm like, "All right." And then I went and made everything else up. And then literally just we prep for about 15 minutes prior to going live. That's it. I go,
Yeah.
she was, "Hey, I noticed this was the name of the show." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got to come up with 5 top reasons." But you already know what they are, so it's easy for us. That's why I was like, you could do this in your sleep. So I'd even even email you and tell you what it was going to be, which is kind of funny. But I want to
So
go with what you think a number 5 reason. What's the 5th reason? I got some just scattered in order because we're going to talk about them, whether they're in the number list or not.
them, why can't they all be equally important?
They are, but it sounds better when it's a top 5 list. I blame David Letterman originally for doing the top whatever lists when he was on the air. That was my favorite part of the David Letterman show was his top
The countdown.
10
So
number 5s. Yeah.
our 5, we have to go with the least desirable 5 reasons.
It's
Well,
just
let's see.
number 5.
You get to meet Kevin and I in person.
Yeah, so that's what I had. I had networking.
That
Close
would be a
enough. Close enough is the networking part of it. That's always been my favorite because if you guys didn't notice, I work in my basement every day. So I have to get out and talk to people, otherwise I go insane. And it's good for a few things, right? What
well,
give
the
me some
network.
examples of why you would want to network. I'm putting you right on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, as far as networking, I always say the nice thing about this group that we have, we call it our extended techno family because we've been together for so long and very welcoming to new people, is who you meet. You may not be dealing with an issue in your, work situations right now. You may encounter something new down the road. And my favorite part is you can call someone you met at Techno. If they don't know the answer, they'll refer you to probably 5 other people that they met at Techno. So it's
Right.
kind of like rec commercial, I think shampoo, so and so told so and so, and they expand and 2 more people and 4 more people on that commercial. If I'm
Yeah.
dating there. And it really is. It's just you're part of the community. Once you're there, you're part of the community. And I know I'm biased, but the networking is pretty special. And what I love to see, not just between the attendees and the exhibitors, and agency to agency and company to company, is in between, like Jared just popped in
Hmm.
from. I love to see the networking and the partnerships and the problem solving that happens from one exhibitor company to the other, because that's where the magic happens to deliver the technology into the hands of the people who are doing the investigations.
Yeah, and honestly, I have more friends that are vendors and worked at the time when I first started coming at competitors than I did at the actual attendees as an exhibitor at the show, and it was great. It was so great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I
So
think that's where I met Jared actually, who's down here in the audience somewhere. Is was at one of the shows for sure.
I think what came on board, was it Jared, 4 years ago? Where you guys have been around, one of our fairly new folks, 4 or 5
Yeah,
years now. And Amy.
yeah. It was in man, where was that? Because I remember it wasn't at the standard. It wasn't in Myrtle, I don't think. Even though, oh, maybe it was in Myrtle. I can't remember. Anyway, I can't remember what I ate for breakfast most days anymore. I've reached that point. So I just know I met him at your show, and that's it. Jared says, yeah, it's gonna be the fourth year. So
All right. Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
For you guys. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, into that, can we go to number 4? Just the new
Yeah.
technology and product.
No, we can't go too fast. We got 40 minutes
Yeah.
to fill
Um,
yet. we gotta
but
talk. We got to talk more about the networking piece of it.
the,
So there's a
the
couple things, right?
network,
So my big thing with the networking, and maybe this one's a separate one altogether, is if, especially like me, I was uh, going to get out of law enforcement, right? And you're getting close to maybe retirement, or maybe you just can't take it anymore. Whatever job that you're with, doesn't have to be just law enforcement. It could be in private sector. You can go and, hey, maybe some of these companies are hiring. And it's a great for a job fair, even though it's not technically a job fair, just to kind of put your name out and see how things are going. And that's part of the networking, I would think.
it definitely is. It definitely is. It is a great place to meet people if you're ready to make that jump
Yeah. Are
from
people allowed to do that at your show? I guess I should have asked if that's
really.
part of your.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
I was like, I didn't check.
in fact, recruiting, let's networking slash recruiting.
Mm.
Some of the folks in the booths, NCIS hasn't been in a booth for a while. They used one for recruiting. The Secret Service uses a booth for recruiting. Air Force Office of Special Investigation.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
I mean,
They're there.
right? You're looking to get out of public into private, but they definitely, job seeking is a big thing. Again, it's who you know, right?
It is indeed. It is indeed. And get to know people for sure, because it really helps if you start, especially if getting out of law enforcement, and get to know those
Right.
people really for sure. And you already alluded to it. And if you get stuck, like I had, I had a case where I sat through a session one time, and I had a case that I was working, and uh, man, I said I just sat through a freaking talk on this, and I couldn't remember how to do it. So I looked the instructor up that I attended on LinkedIn and sent him a message, and bam, got back right away on the phone with me once we exchanged numbers to help walk me through it, and to solve the problem. It was awesome, and
Right.
yeah, no, it was great to really help me out with that. So it absolutely is important, and you never know where you're going to end up in your career. That's for sure. So
Indeed, indeed. We actually host, talk about networking and careers. We host a very limited number of students that are looking either to go to cybersecurity
oh,
and
that's
digital.
right, you do.
And one of my favorite parts of hosting those students, we're working with UNCW, which is literally across the street. They have a cyber department and digital forensics. One of their professors is speaking. Anyway, when those students come to me, we do vet them. They've got to be someone who is, a little bit about to launch in their career, essentially. And one of my favorite parts is I tell them, come and meet me on site. Tell me about your career goals, because we just don't have enough. We don't have enough of any of the people who do these jobs. And based on that, I love to just walk them over and introduce them to some people, and they appreciate that. So, and our community welcomes that. So that's one of my favorite networking things for folks starting out in the industry.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I love to see the students getting involved, and they do some. Sometimes their research is better than some of the industry research out there. They're really right there. I'm like, wow, because they have the time to dedicate to it, and it's just pretty amazing, the stuff that they're doing for sure.
So
All right,
network
I think we're there. Okay, that only took three
number
extra
4,
minutes.
or are we timing? Okay, so we
We're
get to.
close. I'm trying to time it. I try to time every show, and it doesn't always work out so well for me. I try. uh, what do you think number 4 is? I have a
What is
number 4, but I don't want to give it
all
away.
right?
I'm going to go with number
4.
4. Well, it's learning. It's the education piece of it. To me,
Yeah,
that
I would
probably
have
should
put
be.
that number 1. I would absolutely have put that at number 1.
All right, we can move it, but we've already talked about it, so we got to go with it now. But like I said, these are no order. They're in no
No,
order. We love them all the same. Don't.
We do. We the learning, absolutely the learning. Our advisory board, we have an advisory board that come from kind of all of the different aspects that we touch on the educational side. And then Allison just does a fantastic job of balancing the program across those areas. This year, super excited about some changes, some upgrades, some additions to the conference program. We've got a couple of hands-on labs. So, that's a huge part of what investigators do. So,
Who's doing labs? You got to tell me. Are you allowed to say? You
did
can say.
Everly website? Yes, of course. It's on the website.
Okay.
One, Jessica Hyde
Uh-huh.
and Caesar, I think, are pairing up. They're doing a lab on mobile analysis methodology and third-party app analysis. So
Oh.
3-hour hands-on workshop. I think it's on Wednesday of the conference. And then Bob Osgood is doing a Python coding for digital forensics investigators. That's actually one of the full days. Well, full days, I think it's like 8:30 to 3 or
Yeah.
something.
I
But
know
those
both of them.
hands-on labs are a direct result of requests over the years from our attendee surveys. They want more. They want to be on that keyboard learning.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. We have a secret stalker back in the background too. I just put her up on the screen if you can see that.
Allison,
Yeah, it's
hi, Allison.
Allison. Hey,
Yeah.
Allison. Yeah, I tell you what, I couldn't, I don't know either one of you guys for this matter. You both have very distinct roles. And and there's a ton of, you guys got a team behind you, do phenomenal work, but you're the ones that I've always seen the most at the show. So look at you both as kind of the face of the shows, right? It's like, hey, I have a problem with this. I know, okay, Allison can help me with that, or this, Jennifer can help me with this. And you guys are just, I don't know how you do the job that you do because you're right on it, and taking care of it, and making sure people are taken care of and having the best experience they can have at that show. So kudos to you guys. I'm going to give you the digital applause to you both here real quick. There you go. Because you guys do a phenomenal job at the event. Now that I know you guys are both in here, I can applaud you both. There you go.
We definitely are the face of the show for sure. And it's funny because, like you said, we have very distinct roles. I would never do what Allison does, and I don't think Allison would ever want to do what I do. So we complement each other
Right.
very.
I don't know how either one of you do anything because she's coordinating the talks, right? The learning sessions, things like that. And again, we're still on number 4, so Allison's the one that's making sure that happens. And the scheduling alone, I don't know how you guys do it. I'd be like, just
Nope,
show up whenever. I don't care.
I don't know how she does it either, but that is her world, and she's fabulous. So thank you, Allison.
Yeah, no, thank you. There are some pretty awesome sessions. Now, I was browsing the site earlier
Love it.
today, and there are some pretty awesome sessions. I don't want to call one out over the other because I don't know who's speaking at these, but go to, was it technosecurity.us, and then select the Wilmington location, and then I'm trying to do this from memory.
The conference program, the drop
Conference
down.
program. Yep. And you'll see it in there. And holy moly, the biggest thing that I've always had, and everyone will say the same thing, is like, okay, I got this one and this one. Which one do I want to go to? And usually, if I went with a lab partner or something like that, you go to this one, I'll go to this one, and then we'll talk
Right.
in between. So, yeah.
Surveys, that is, I guess, if you can label it, it is a complaint, right? That we
Yeah.
have 2 great sessions. Why
Yeah.
don't we do them? And we just say you got to just bring more people from your company or your group, so you can go to different ones, cover more ground, and then get together for powwows.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, there's a lot of great topics. You can search. I love our website. If you're just interested in the cyber aspect, you can just click cyber, and it'll pop up all of the topics in that primary track, and then the sponsor demos as well, and the Titanium Lab Celebrate Oxygen and Magnet this year are our titanium, and they contribute to the program immensely as well. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah. And you guys have keynotes. So who's the keynote this? No, I can't
Keynote
even pronounce the last name. Never mind. I'm not going to try it.
probably butcher his last name, Roman. We actually did a speaker interview. We've pulled in some extra help this time on a contract side for our social media and some of our marketing. Allison and I have had a wish list of things for years that we've wanted to do, and speaker interviews is one. So we actually now have a YouTube channel. You can go.
What?
I know, like 2 days ago. And there's a couple of speaker interviews on there. One of them is Roman talking about his keynote topic, navigating the artificial intelligence era, challenges and strategies for the future. So
That's pretty awesome that you guys have that. So hey, if you're watching, whether you're watching right now live or you're watching this in replay mode, go to their channel and make sure you hit the subscribe button and like every single video. And then you can also hit the bell. That way, when everything new comes out, you'll get notified. How awesome is
see,
that? See,
I
I
had
already
no
know it because my daughters tell me all the time that, Dad, you have to say like and subscribe. I'm like, I never do it. They always get on me.
time.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching right now, make sure you hit the like button and then subscribe to the channel and then hit the little bell. That way, when we do go live, which we'll be going live quite often at your event.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so you'll get a lot of bells that week.
We usually do. It's yeah, we usually do. You do a great job.
It's
I don't know.
fun.
I don't know, the whole experience. I remember the first time you had me on, I was terrified. I absolutely terrified. I am so not an in front of people person in this type of setting. One on one, I'm fine. Put me on a stage, give me a mic. Now I'm like, I get to go in the hub again. When can I
Yeah.
come?
It's easy. We just sit and talk. I worked, I worked radio for 7 years. So most of my conversations were just to myself. So talking with someone else, man, it makes it it's much better. It's much better. And Megan says, you crushed it though, Jen. You crush it. So that's what she just,
Well, thank you. I try.
yeah,
I
no,
rehearse.
you do a great job always. You never look nervous, ever. What was it? Where was it in, it was last year in Pasadena. Do you remember the seat? Because you were you were to my left, and it had some slow. Yeah, you would slowly sink down. I was watching the camera, going, "What is happening?" Jen's
Very,
shrinking. It was so slow though; you couldn't really see it. You had just like, "What is going on there?" So
that was
it's a lot of fun live, because we get a we're right there in the show. Basically, I was on the showroom floor in Pasadena, and that's always fun because it's
yeah.
the noise and the excitement of the showroom floor.
And you will be in Wilmington as
Oh,
well,
that's so awesome! That's so awesome. Yeah, I saw the location where you have us, and it's it's great. It's great.
right?
We got something fun planned for that. We're going to talk about here in just a couple minutes too,
Okay. Can
which is
one of our items, the fun thing?
what's that?
Can that be one of our 4 items? The fun thing.
Yes, we can. Yeah, whatever number you want it to be now, because we've talked about the learning, and I'm seeing a trend too. This morning, I wanted to talk about one of the trends real quick at the learning sessions. A lot of AI talks from just going through. Because I know I gave a talk on AI, and man, it's a really big concern for investigators. I hope they take that seriously because I saw a video. I didn't have it ready for the show, but have you seen the new Boston Dynamics robot called Atlas 2? Not the first Atlas. The first Atlas is scary enough, but this new Atlas,
I
it
have
was
not.
something out of a horror movie. Go look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Atlas 2. The video just came out. I saw it on social media yesterday, and I showed my daughter this morning, and she's like, "Dad, that's scary. Is that what's going to kill us?" Yeah.
She's gonna happen. Poor
My kids
kid.
have my humor though, so they're doomed for life.
Yeah,
It,
we have so many. I mean, we always get way more submissions than we can use. But I swear, when I was first, because I do review them a little bit, but I'm like the least amount of effective, of person who's involved in choosing this one over that one. But I swear, the first like 25 that were in there were all AI. We just got so many AI focused ones this year. I mean, that's what's happening, right? It's
yeah,
current, relevant. If you watch that interview with Roman, he kind of alludes to the fact that it can be kind of scary, and we need to be ready. We need to buckle up. So,
it's a lot of scary. It's a lot of scary, and I hope investigators start paying attention now.
right.
Are they going to see it? like the local state guys anytime real soon. I don't know. But at the beginning of the year, we do a 2024 predictions for the year. We're usually not right, but we try them. And this year was with Matt Danner from Monolith. And
Right.
so I think we predicted one of them was AI for 2024. So that one I think we're gonna hit. We're gonna win one. It was too easy. It's like,
Well, and it's interesting because I think Roman is the only keynote that we have invited back. Actually, he did a keynote a few 4 years ago. I don't know. Alison can chime in and let us know when that was. It was several years ago, and back then he talked about AI being such a significant impact in the future, and he had it even out so many more years. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to bring him back, because it happened even. What is happening now is even way sooner than he even predicted, and he's, one of the futurists, one of the experts, and it's just blown him away. So we felt it timely to get an update from that perspective. So
yeah, yeah. And there, like I said, yeah, guys, just go to the website and look at all of the different sessions and pick wisely because you won't be able to go to them all. And that's the fun of it, is like, okay, what do I want to learn the most here in this one? But with the AI, there's a lot of them. I mean, I was just kind of scrolling through day one, and awesome. That's all I can say. Go take a look for yourself. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. Again, I don't know how you guys balance it, or much less schedule all of this craziness. Uh,
that's
com-
all I have.
completely insane. Yeah. All right. Now I got to slide over to the next one.
All
I'll let
right.
you go for the next one. This is your event for what do you think? And
Throw
it
in
doesn't have
fun.
any order.
I'm gonna just throw in the fun, because our audience, our attendee audience, they deal with right heavy topics.
Mm, for sure.
Topics. Crimes against children, all that those folks deal with, the homicide. I mean, any investigator, they have a tough job. So, one of the reasons I think you should go to a show is to just kind of let loose with like-minded people. We're in a very, very trusted environment with each other. It's not like our folks are going to put photos of having fun or videos of having fun online. So the fun part of it is great. There's a couple of vendors that have that host great parties. We may have another big fun announcement coming up in another week. I can't get ahead of myself on that, but we do have our 25th anniversary party this year. We are theming that as a backyard family barbecue, because again, y'all
Mm.
are family. So burgers, dogs, live band, cornhole, 6 bars. So you got to have fun at the
What?
conferences.
Heck yes. That's great. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Balance.
I mean, it's a ton of fun. I mean, literally every part of those, whether you're doing the networking, the learning, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I like, again, not to jump back to network, but I like just to see people I haven't seen for a couple years. I some people are my conference friends, right? We see each other and we're best friends for the few days of the conference, and we stay in touch throughout the year. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like we don't get to hang out as much through there. So it's always a great time. And you have so there's like uh, I'm gonna mess the name up because my brain's not functioning properly. It's a reception night. Was the night that it's the I think it is usually day one, right? Isn't it?
We have the happy hour on the show floor.
That's it.
That
There we go.
changed. So that is kind of kicks off the expo hall hours after a day of learning. On I almost said Monday, because we always started Monday. We
Yeah.
were always 4.5 days essentially. And this year we condensed the network, the whole event, into 3 days. We squished it all in so people could travel on Monday and travel back home Friday and not take the weekend away, from their family. Family fun, bring them with you if you want. Stay afterwards, because Wilmington is a fabulous, fabulous place. Beaches close by, lots of history with the family. But on Tuesday is our first day. So the happy hour is on Tuesday. And then the second night on Wednesday will be our backyard barbecue party out on the lawn in front of the facility. So
And the lawn in front of the facility. Hold on.
it's right along the Cape Fear River.
Oh, okay. So I guess my brain was working backwards. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
I was just thinking about that. I think we're bringing in the giant pong games, the beer. I mean, sorry, the pong games.
You can say that. YouTube won't get us for that.
We make sure that ball doesn't roll off into the Cape Fear River and just go sailing down the thing. So
Oh, there'd be
I,
people diving in for it. You'll be
I
safe.
gotta get that out. I gotta just make sure there's no possibility of that.
No, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's awesome. No, I'm
It'll
really
be.
looking forward to that now. Free up my schedule, make sure I attend all these things. That's great.
And I think I need to hear from people if you're out there and you made arrangements to stay in a houseboat. Please
Ooh.
let me. I'm very curious because last year, our first year in Wilmington, the marina is right there. And when we went back one other time, they were building additional slip to add even more houseboats. And people weren't aware that they were there because we had our hotel room block and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
there was one company last year who had a banner out on the houseboat, and I am curious to see if this becomes a Techno houseboat city for the week. If that's going to be headquarters for any of the fun.
It might be. We came this close to getting the houseboat. This close to getting the houseboat, and then I was a wuss, and I go, "What if it rains?" I'm just weird like that. I know, right?
Like like
It's
houses
like 20 feet.
have areas if it gets to be a little rowdy that
Who
someone
was
is
on last year? Jared.
in
Yeah.
the
Oh, there he is right there, man. Right when I thought about it. Jared, he was on a houseboat last year.
yeah.
I caught him heading down to his houseboat. So he's on there again this year. So I know he is. I know of a few other people as well
Okay.
that are doing it.
Well, it makes sense, right? The once our hotel block's filled in, that happened very quickly. Literally, if you're
I
sending two
know.
people to your company, you can put them in a houseboat for the same as you would have, a walkable hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyway, houseboat city.
Yeah, those would be fun. Yeah. Anyway, I won't. Yeah, fun. Exactly. So, what do you think number two is?
I still would have put education up the front, but
Okay. Well, we said that.
technology, obviously the technology, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I had. We're just going
I,
this right along the
yeah,
same path.
I've seen a couple of like Magnet had their user conference last week. I've seen new product announcements coming out. Some of the folks let me know that they're having new product launches at Techno.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's always exciting to see what improvements or advancements have been made on tried and true products, but then also to have potential new ones coming out the door. And I am so not a tech person at my core. I am just amazed and baffled by everything that is done out on that show floor from all the vendors. Um,
I know you get. I mean, I'm just looking right now at across the floor of the map, and you got everything from Faraday technologies to hardware technologies to software. When it comes to, there's some OSINT in there. There's digital forensics. There's video in here. There's mobile phone. I'm just going through the aisle, and it's just I haven't made it through aisle 3 yet, and all
mhm.
of those are within the first 3 aisles if you're looking at the map from left to right. That's how
It's not.
crazy in the technology, and they're all cutting edge. It's not like it's hey, it's mobile tech, they've been around forever. No, it's because there's always something new in mobile, or a new artifact that they can get, or a new process that's come out. And man, I like to hear about it. That's where I nerd out the most. It's like,
Mm,
bring it, we'll nerd out. that's
yeah.
like that's like a drug to me. Let's do it.
And it's nice because it's not just the salespeople. I always say this is your opportunity if you're working with a tool and you wish it did this, or this is a problem, it could be better in this aspect, whether it's in the interface or that's where you get to talk to the tech guys. It's not
Right.
just sales and in those
No.
booths like some other events. So, it's so critical to get feedback in any industry from your customers. I know we rely on it. So those tech guys at the keyboard come in and tell those people's what you'd like to see, what you would prefer to see, and what on your wish list items. So all that technology, it happens there on the expo floor. So.
Yeah, and just to find out, what a company's doing and how they've progressed just in the last year, because it's so hard to keep up on this stuff, especially, I mean, when you're, elbows deep into your casework, you're not going to these individual websites all the time to find out what this company's up to. Most of the time, unfortunately, when they're sending you emails, you're just like, yeah, push it out of there. I got work to do, which is sad that that happens, but it does. And this is really the time to find out, hey, what's the capabilities? What can they do now to help me? Because I'm going to encounter something here soon. More than likely, these companies, they're on it. They see what's coming because obviously that's their livelihood, right? They have to make sure that they're supplying you with the latest tech. So when you have a situation in the real world, that boom, you got it, and they can and you can help solve that crime. And that's my favorite thing. One of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Everything's my favorite thing. What am I saying? That's is one of my favorite.
You
It's
feel
just
it,
I
feel it,
do.
you touch it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
You are a
And
nerd.
and
You're definitely a nerd.
I gotta admit, I like the swag too. I do like the
Okay.
swag. The
That,
swag's good.
that one of the reasons to attend the swag.
Well, I mean, I like the swag. It's fun. Um, one year, what was it that I got? Oh, I still have it. Where did I? Oh, I already packed it away. Shoot.
See,
But
I
I
have.
have this. I got a little charger there. It's a little battery slash something charger. Man, I just had it literally sitting right here, and I must have taken it to pack it. And oh yeah,
Here's my techno hat, but this is one of
is
my
that
swags.
is that
Deco Secure.
Deco? Yeah, I remember that. I interviewed them that year. They had those there.
Yeah, they're
They were on the Hubcast.
they made their debut here in North America. I think at our West event, might have been 2 years ago. Don Derbyshire and the guys there.
It was when it was in yeah, because
Yeah,
Megan was there. Actually, Megan was at that show too, and we
yeah.
interviewed the guy. And we had the koala setting right there. We have the video. If you search our YouTube channel, you'll see it. It's there.
As I see him, it makes me happy. I have other stuff around. You can get up and get them, but I'll admit my dog got a hold of one of my little swag puppies, and that's why he's up there because one was sacrificed to my Great Danes, Chewy
It's like
needs. So now that's
mom
he's.
got us something at the show. Look at that.
Well,
Oh,
it's funny.
absolutely.
He always brings stuff home from the kid for the kids. At least when mine were small. Now they're in their 20s and they don't care. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you were gone.
Right.
For Didn't you notice?
Yeah, it was. I remember the one year fidget spinners were really popular, and almost every vendor had a fidget spinner. My kids loved that year, and
What
they had all access to all kinds of them.
what's the I probably need to order some swag, but what's the popular ones now? It was the it was um the little USB things for a while, but now no one wants to plug
Yeah,
those in their computer because of
nobody's
virus.
plug nobody's plugging those things in. At least I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, that's awesome, but no, I
What's
ain't plugging
the new
it.
cool swag? You know what? We'll find out when we're at IASIS next week.
Well, you also have I don't want to lift it if it's a secret. It's not a secret, is it? The thing that you ordered that we were talking about that you were asking me for the
Oh,
contact in.
secret. As a matter of fact, and thank you for your referral. I just
Okay.
sent the file for today. We have a 25th anniversary challenge
Oh,
coin that we've designed. You're only going to be able to get it this year. So if you're a challenge coin person, come find me. Come to
I
our
am. You can't really
event.
see it because my camera's cropped, but it's right there. There's a whole box. It's that flag, and they're all. You can't really see it because the camera's cutting it off. But I
That
have
holds.
the. Hold on. I can't get it out of there, but it's yours is sitting right there on the front. So
Yeah,
I have
but
it.
last year it took me a long time to get one. That was puny and small, and I didn't like it. So this year, thanks to you supplying me with an amazing new vendor, I've got. It, I'm
Jason's
so.
great.
I was like, you have to send me a sample quantity to my house because we're having it sent direct to the conference because it's so heavy, right?
Oh, oh
And
yeah.
500 coins waste how
Oh
much?
my gosh. Yeah, you ordered 500. That thing's heavy. It costs
Yeah,
more to ship them than it does to make them.
yeah, yeah.
Fact.
So
It's just because they're heavy. Those things are heavy.
enough for both. Well, we'll give them out at West too because it's 25th anniversary of the conference, not
Yeah, the
necessarily
conference.
the
Right.
East, but so come find me for your coin.
Oh, I will come find you. We're gonna have some coins there as well. And then I want to talk about the number one, right? Is that where we're at now? We're at number
Sure,
one. I
sure.
quit keeping track
Is
now.
time it is? Oh gosh, yeah. So hurry, number one.
It's going to be number one now, regardless, because I'm looking at the clock too. uh, and so the number one is kind of that fun event that we're doing. I guess that falls into the fun thing as well.
Sure.
And yeah, it gives you guys a chance to. This is for all the attendees for the most part. Actually,
For both.
the vendors as well
Right.
can have some fun with this too. And this is where we're gonna ask for vendors to maybe come up with some swag giveaways or something as well. And I know we're gonna be reaching out, or Jennifer, your team's gonna be reaching out kind of
Monday or
with this. So the idea that we all came up with here and is that you start. It's like a mini scavenger hunt almost. If you guys used our trivia software before, we've used that in a little bit of a different way. There's no timer on it because if you turn that off, because that'd be funny. You'd probably be running around booth to booth. But anyway, it's a question will pop up on your mobile device. So where you have to start, and we haven't really came to the firm decisions of where it's going to start for sure, but you scan a QR code, and it's in your browser. No apps to download or anything like that. It's all browser based. Makes it fun. And as long as you and don't worry, we won't sell your information. As long as you use the email, it can be Proton Mail, I don't care, whatever, that you log in with, because we don't expect everyone to do this the same day. Is you have to go around to the participating booths, people who want to participate, and there's going to be a question that you have to ask them. Now, it's not going to be obvious. Like, for example, I'm just going to randomly pick someone out, like Techno's booth, right? They're not going to say, "Hey, what year is this of the Techno security?" It's too easy, right? So no, it's 25 years. All you got to do is look. It's too easy. It's going to be bizarre. Like, you're not going to get it. It's like, how many spots does an average Dalmatian have? And then, or something just weird. I don't know if that's going to be one of the questions. And the vendor will know, and they'll give you the answer, and then you can select the correct answer, and then on to the next one. And then as you're doing this, then we're going to give away prizes at the end. And I think right now we have planned for the top 3. Was that accurate?
we'll figure it out. We're
Is
still
what?
kind
Yeah. Anyway, whatever it was.
of just
Megan's the
to,
one that kind of coordinated that on our end. I just called you and asked for permission. Can we do this? Would that gonna be
yeah.
fun?
Well, and I told you on the phone, it was funny because again, on those attendee surveys and all the things we've wanted to do over the years, scavenger hunt had been on our list to do. And it's just we don't always have the bandwidth because it's Allison and
I
we do
know.
have teams in the background, but they're only part-time. They work on so many other shows. So, it was high on our list to create just something fun for the attendees and help the exhibitors drive traffic to their booth. Because I say I can get them in the hall. What are you doing to get them in your booth? So,
Yeah.
when I it out to the vendors next week, I hope we get a good reply.
I hope so. So there's vendors watching and you want to participate.
Yeah.
Uh, get
Yeah.
with Jennifer, and because this is a partnership with us to do this thing to make it fun for everybody. And we got some fun prize. I know we do. I'm really hoping vendors will kick in some fun stuff as well. And I know you have some stuff too, right?
We'll
To give
figure it out.
away.
We'll,
Oh, you
we
haven't. Oh, we're keeping a secret. Okay. So yeah, that's why I always try to ask, because I never know what's a secret, what's
Oh
not.
no,
I know some stuff, but I try not to say. So
we just
obviously, what's
did
that?
this days ago.
Yeah, it is true. We got a couple months yet. I think for some reason I feel like it's, oh man, we got to get ready for this. It's like right around the corner, which it is, but kind of not really.
No, no, we
For,
got to
for
think to do before
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things I know we're going to be giving away is our traditional. Can I hear that? It's the metal shot glass that we have. Which, if you guys don't know what this is, you've never watched the show, because we give these things all the time. You can see kind of, it looks like, hey, that looks kind of like a shell of some type. Yeah, this is a 30 millimeter round that was actually fired out of an A10 Warthog. If you're not sure what that is, it's kind of a blurry picture of it there. This is a certificate that it was. It's a training round, not depleted uranium, so no third eye growing or anything like that. They've cut it down, made a shot glass, made it food safe. So that's one. Hold on, where's the other one? Oh, down here and get it. Then the other thing is this kind of this flag here, and that's what we're contributing, and challenge coins and some other stuff that we have as well. And I know you got some fun stuff, and obviously the vendors are going to be kicking in some fun stuff too.
Hopefully. So a lot of
Oh
new things, right? This is
yeah,
just one of the iceberg. So
yeah.
new hands-on lab, scavenger hunt, 25th anniversary party, headquarters on that. What else is new? I'm trying to think. Allison, if you're there, what am I forgetting? Oh, lunches. We brought back lunches
What?
in the expo hall. Expo Hall isn't open on Tuesday, the first day, but so you can explore Wilmington right there. We're hoping to work with some of the vendor or the restaurants nearby to get like I don't know discounts or something like we did in Pasadena. So, but on Wednesday and Thursday, exhibitors and attendees lunch will be served in the hall. We've got buffet lunches rolling out. We've got
Ooh,
let's hang out in the expo hall at lunchtime.
that's awesome. Heck yes. Heck yes. See, I'm old. What is CTF? What
What
do you know?
else?
What's
Oh,
CTF?
yeah, thank you, Allison. I knew I was forgetting something fun. The first ever Techno CTF. The folks at Cyber 5W and the Leahy
Oh,
Center at Champlain College, probably said that wrong, are helping us develop the first ever Techno CTF. So,
yes. I'm a twit, Megan, and it did not process in my brain. It's my Friday. Yeah, it's a capture the flag. Of course it is.
that,
Uh,
yeah, that will be
oh my
Monday.
gosh.
Saying Monday. It will be the first night Tuesday. It kind of overlaps a little that happy hour, so you can quick get a drink, and then there are limited spaces for that. So if you haven't signed up for Techno yet, do so and make sure you check your interest box on that CTF. I expect we'll probably have a wait list for that, but seats are limited, so we're excited on that as well. There'll be
Oh,
definitely
that'll be fun.
prizes too.
That will be awesome. I will hang out to watch. Where's it going to be? Do you guys know? Do you guys know the area it's going to be in yet?
It's You mean as far as physically where it's occurring? The
Yeah.
competition is to the demo rooms. I can't remember if it's 107, but it's right there. We're having it right at the convention center.
Okay. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I want to peep in and watch that because I love. I've never been brave enough to try to join one of those things, but because there's people so much more smarter than me that can go out there and just rock it. And I love watching those things. So much fun. That is an awesome idea. I love it.
Well, we had no idea. I mean, obviously, we know what goes into it. We see a lot of the ones being touted in the industry, but they were amazing to approach us and say, "Hey, do you want to work together on this?" So, thank you to the team of students and Ali Hadi, who is working on that for us up at Champlain in the Leahy Center. So.
So Champlain College is the one doing that. I want to make sure we say thank you guys. That's awesome. Very cool stuff for sure. What else? I feel we're missing something. What are we missing?
What are we missing that's new?
Because lunch. Now, granted, we're right there, so I mean, either way. But I feel we're missing something. 25th anniversary. That's huge.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing something too, but oh well. So if we're missing it, watch us on the socials. On the socials, like and follow.
That's right. There you go. See, I'm glad you said it. Just find the little like button right now. Everybody go look and hit it.
We'll-
If you're on the other networks, which there are some other people over there on the other networks that we can't necessarily see, but just hit it and let us know. That helps get the word out a little bit about the show and Cyber Social Hub because everything we do is free for everyone. So just do it. Help get the word out or try to spread some communication in the industry. That's really what it's all about. And this conference, especially, it's it is the best opportunity all year, in my opinion, to learn, to meet, to see the tech out there, and of course now have fun. You got to capture the flag and the barbecue. I'm in, man. You're never gonna get rid of me. You're never getting rid of me now. You and Allison are just stuck at this point.
That's okay. We'll adopt you. It's fine.
My
Megan's
wife
going,
be
take him.
yeah, my wife will
Oh,
be dragging me away. Like, no. All right. Well, Jennifer, thank you. And I'll leave real quick here. Any questions for Jennifer that you might have or any hellos, but you'll see her here soon. Everybody hopefully is going to the show regardless. It's technosecurity.us. And I don't know the direct one. Then you find the Wilmington. If you find that you can't do Wilmington, we'll forgive you. Maybe forgive you.
but only if you come to Pasadena,
Yeah,
which is
there's one right to the right and it
yes.
says Pasadena there. You can click that one and learn about that because I think you guys just closed your call for speakers on that one, right? Is it closed yet now? I think it just happened.
It is. It just
Yeah.
closed this. But if you missed it, send us an email. We'll see. We'll get you on the wait list if nothing else. So
That's right.
that one is growing. So we'll talk about that another day. But Pasadena is quickly growing. Our hope is to have them both be the size and scope of the East event to really deliver the opportunity, because we know how people's schedules are crazy. If you miss it in June, you don't have to wait a year.
Yep. Yep. And
So
sometimes it's if you're flipping the bill yourself, sometimes it's a little pricey flying one coast to the other to attend, and it's right there. If you're on the West Coast, it's literally right there. We had a bonus last year. Is it going on this year too? The same thing? It's going on
yes,
next
it
door?
is. It is. Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I've got a reminder to have our operations team reach out for tickets.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, is the America's Got Talent, right? Was that it? Okay, I get them all confused.
AGT, America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It was literally, and I had no idea. We showed up, go over, set up, all that, and you see all this craziness going on. It's the basically the same basic building, but you do have to walk out the doors and go into the other, um, at least from the front to the front. And they were like doing the live show and the finals there, and so I know my wife left the booth. And I ended up manning the booth the whole time, and she went over to get tickets and stuff. That was so much fun. It was awesome to see how it happens behind the scenes.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that when we do this for West.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
End
I'm
of this
excited. But until then, you guys have, so the show is the 4th through the 6th. Did I get that right?
June 4th through the 6th. Yeah.
Awesome. Look at that. I cheated. I looked. It's on my screen next to me. I can't pretend I didn't cheat. And this is the second year it's been in Wilmington. So
Second year.
last year, I know a lot of people were like raising eyebrows because nobody likes change, but I personally loved it. All the places you could walk to just have a craft beer. Some of the pizza I ate, and there's a seafood place down past the where all the houseboats are. If you keep walking down that long path,
Okay.
there was a seafood restaurant, or I don't know if it was seafood or
There's
not, but
a boardwalk there along the water. Yeah.
yeah, and it was right there. Oh my gosh, it was good. It was some good food, and man, that's the way to my heart is my stomach. It's awesome. It was some good stuff there too. So, all right, thank you, Jennifer, so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate it as always.
Sure. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me. If anybody out there has questions about, booth setup, registering, please register sooner than later. I got to give my food counts for all this fun
Ooh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. If you haven't registered, get
Get on,
registered.
get
Speaking of
on.
that, I don't know if I have registered. I gotta.
it.
I forget. I have my hotel. I got my hotel. I don't. I'm gonna look. I don't know. I may have to email you and say, did I register? I can't. I don't remember if I did or not.
I'll actually answer you. So
Yeah.
Allison's information, website, my information, our team. We're just looking forward to seeing y'all. So reach out if there's anything we can help with. Kevin, anybody, exhibitors, attendees alike. We are here and we'd love to chat. So
Yeah. So the moral, when the top 5, we hit all 5, and right at boom, it's almost top. Look at that. Just I'm proud of us. We did well on
we
timing. So
enough.
so yeah.
Thank
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep cutting out on you here, or you're cutting out on me. One of the two.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you guys so very much. Jennifer, don't go anywhere. Everyone else, we'll see you guys not next week. Oh, no. Will I be here next week? Yeah, next week. You and I both are going to be at the IASIS. So you may see Jennifer again. I may pop her in for a quick pop in on that show because we sit there and chat for a while. But next week we're going to be live down there at the ISIS training learning event. And then after that, it's going to be Techno very soon. Yay. Be very happy. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see everyone soon at the very next one. Till then, we'll see you. Thanks, Jennifer.
Uh-huh.